Hi guys, it's Kendra. So today I did another makeup tutorial for you guys. I wanted to do this burgundy matte look for you guys. It's a little bit more intense than the last look that I did, even though that one was also matte. I love matte eyeshadow looks, but this one is completely different than the other one because this is a little bit more color, and I wore this look in mine and Kelsey's February favorites. And you guys were asking to see it in the comments, so I just knew that I was going to do it anyway. But I tweaked it just a little bit in this actual tutorial. I added a little bit more shimmer on the inner tear ducts. It was just all matte in the February favor, so I decided to switch it up just a little bit just because I thought I added a little bit of something extra. This tutorial isn't much of a talk through, it's more of like a step-by-step tutorial. So hopefully it's easy for you guys to follow, and I decided to do this form of a tutorial just because this isn't like a typical look that I would always do, just in case someone wanted to try this out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you're going to try this look out yourself. So first I'm going to be taking a face primer. This is from the brand Touch and Soul, and it's called No Problem. I can't really say that. And this is actually Kelsey's, and she raved about it and told me how much she loved it, so I decided to try it out for this video. And it's really, really nice. I found that it did a really good job at making my face feel smooth and pore free, and it also helped mattify it. Next, I'm going to be taking some foundation. I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Longwear Weightless Foundation and the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I decided to mix the two because the Giorgio Armani foundation has a really nice finish. I like how smooth and seamless it makes my face, but it doesn't really help with my oil, so that's why I decided to add the Bobbi Brown one. And they're also two different colors, and I like how the colors mix together. I like the shade that it created for my face, very even. I'm going to be mixing those two together. I just like to pump the foundation on my face. I know it's kind of risky wearing a white shirt, but it usually goes well. And then I'm going to, as you just saw, apply it with a foundation brush, like spread it out evenly, and then I like to blend it out with a bristle foundation brush. Sometimes I'll use a beauty blender, but if I want more coverage, I'll use a foundation brush. So moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be taking this Too Faced Shadow Insurance Eyeshadow Primer. It's a really good primer, but I still prefer my Urban Decay Eden eyeshadow primer over this one, but it still does the job. It just depends on what you prefer as an individual. But I decided to use it for this video because I always use my Urban Decay one, so yeah. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be starting with this Melt Cosmetics eyeshadow in the color Unseen, and it's a very faint nude beige tone color. So I'm going to be using this as my transition shade and just sweeping that into the crease with a blending brush. And I'm not doing too much of this color. I just want some kind of transitional fading when I start applying more of the cranberry and burgundy shades to my eyes, and I don't want it to look too harsh. So that's why I needed this one first. So you can barely notice it, but it was very necessary. Next, I'm going to be taking another Melt Cosmetics shade, and this is in the color Enigma, and this is really nice cranberry matte burgundy tone, but it goes on a lot darker, so I decided to apply it in my crease, like right underneath the Unseen shade. So I'm just going to deepen up that crease a little bit more, but I feel like it looks a lot darker in person. It doesn't look like it does in the pan when it goes on your eye. It does go on darker. So I'm going to be blending that out with a smaller blending brush. Next, I'm going to be taking the Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette and using the center shade, which is this nice cranberry color. And it's called Burgundy, I think. I'm going to be applying this on my lids and blending that into that Enigma color, which is, like I said, a lot darker. Now you can see how dark it is compared to that burgundy shade that I'm putting on my lid. And I'm just applying this with a like bristle lid brush. It's like a fatter brush with more hairs in it, so it's not super flat, because I feel like those kind of brushes hold more color than the super flat ones. And as you can see, I'm blending those together just to create a nice seamless finish. I am going to go back in with some of that Enigma here, just in case I lost it. Here I'm going to be taking a little bit more of that burgundy shade and putting it above that unseen color just to create a more blended look, and I feel like it brings it together more when I add more of that burgundy shade up top in the crease area to kind of go with the lid color. Next I'm going to be taking the color next to that burgundy color. I forgot the name of it, but it's just a matte skin tone color, and applying that to my brow bone. Moving on to concealer for now, I'm going to be taking this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer and applying that under my eyes and everywhere else that I thought I should apply it, just to balance out the whole face. And I think this is in the color 430, I think. But y'all know how much I love this concealer. It's been my go-to lately, so I decided, of course, I should use it in this tutorial. Then I'm going to just blend it out with this Fenty foundation brush, and I'm going to follow directly the section that I blended with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, just because I found that doing it this way my makeup creased less. So I'm going to try to remember to do this when I do my makeup, like on regular days when I'm not filming. So yeah, I feel like that makes more sense, and I feel like this also brings out the eyeshadow more. As you guys can see, if you have a hard time making your eyeshadow look cleaner, apply the concealer like to the outer part of your eyeshadow as well to clean it up. So I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other eye, blending the concealer, then following it up with the translucent setting powder. Now I will say I would not recommend this technique if you're using a concealer that dries too fast, because it is going to stick to the skin and it's going to be harder to blend it out. But if it's like a nice seamless, like more wet concealer, then you can definitely do this technique. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some glue to my lashes. These are Lava Lashes in the style Angelic. And while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and apply some liquid liner. This is from Tom Ford. This is their dual-ended liquid liner. You don't really need it. It's hella expensive. Just use the NYC liquid liner. Works just as good. But I'm going to be using this in this video because I have it and I'm going to use it. So I'm going to be creating a wing, and definitely take your time when you're doing a wing, especially if you already have foundation on, because it's a huge pain if you have to correct it and you already have powder, concealer, and foundation on. So just take your time. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Mascara to prep my lashes before false lashes. This is my new favorite mascara. It's so bomb. I'm just obsessed. It's really, really good. So after applying my lashes, I'm going to go in with the other colors that I used in my crease and on my lid and apply those to my lower lash line just to even out the whole look. It brings it together. So I highly recommend doing your lower lash line. Don't skip it because it brings the whole look together. I'm also going to add this Makeup Forever Aqua Excel pencil to my waterline, and I prefer my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dark Side liner, but this will have to do for now. I'm going to be sweeping away this powder and kind of blending it out at the same time as well. And first of all, I'm obsessed with that primer that I used. I can see the benefits of it after finishing my face, like with powder, and it's bomb, and I'm going to have to get my own instead of Debo and Kelsey's because this primer is bomb, first of all. And I found that I really like this technique with setting the concealer directly after blending it. So I'm finding a lot of new tricks that I love and discovered in this tutorial. So let me know if you guys try any of them out, especially if you have oily to combination skin like me. Next, I'm just going to apply some mascara to my lower lash line, and that's also why I'm obsessed with this Milk Makeup Mascara, because it does a really good job with my lower lashes. Moving on to powder, like the actual face colored powder. I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder just to add a little bit more color to my face and warm me up a little bit so I won't be looking ashy, you know. Next, I'm going to be taking this Highlighting Duo by Fenty Beauty, and I'm going to be taking the darker shade and applying a little bit to my inner tear duct. And for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Mahogany Bronzer. It's a matte bronzer. And I'm going to be just hitting a little bit of that in the hollows of my cheekbones with my Eda brush from NARS. This is my go-to brush for bronzing and contouring and all that good stuff. I decided to skip highlighter for my cheeks in this video because I didn't feel like I needed it. And moving on to my favorite part, lips, I'm going to be using the Crucifix lip liner from Kat Von D, this nude peach lipstick from KKW Beauty, and this exposed liquid lipstick from Kylie Cosmetics, and topping that off with a gloss. This is the 104 Plexi Gloss from Makeup Forever. As you guys can see, I have a very elaborate style of lip combos that I like to apply to my lips. I'm kind of extra when it comes to my lips, but it is what it is. Whatever. So as you can see, I'm just lining my lips with that brown lip pencil. And I'm going to be taking this peach lipstick and dabbing it on the middle portion of my lips and using my finger to blend it out. I find that using my fingers helps me get like the lip look that I want. And then I'm going to apply the exposed liquid lipstick in the middle as well, and doing the exact same technique with my fingers and blending that out. The finger method works very well. And then I'm going to be topping that off with one of my favorite glosses ever. This is the Makeup Forever Plexi Gloss in the shade 104. It's bomb. I've been using it for years. And that completes this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. And all the products will be listed down below. I love you guys and thank you so much for watching.